This person is thinking back on the moment that they met you with a lot of gratitude, with this energy of serendipity, this happy coincidence, this lucky coincidence. They are almost like thanking their lucky stars at this point in time that they showed up at a certain location, even though they almost like canceled at the last minute. Maybe somebody else kind of canceled and they were a fill in for somebody. Whatever had been kind of like the events leading up to that moment when they first encountered you, even if it was sort of a circumstance where they didn't like to be there, or, it was very boring or kind of a stressful situation. It's like you were the highlight of that occurrence. You were the highlight of that experience. You are somebody that like fills them with so much gratitude because they're seeing that even if like one little thing had been different, if they had kind of like taken just one step in a slightly different direction, they would have missed you entirely. This is somebody, it feels like, that is holding on to this idea that you almost were two ships passing in the night. However, you've had this encounter with one another. You've met, things are developing between the two of you, maybe quietly behind the scenes or something where, this connection is really starting to develop into something very real in the material world. And so at this particular point in time, this is someone that's almost doing like a check-in back to that meeting point and just like, yeah, everything else that has unfolded from that experience moving forward feels almost like divine providence. Again, like the stars have guided them exactly to that moment, or exercising their free will, following their instinct to kind of become in the right place at the right time. This is something that, aside from those material circumstances, aside from the very mundane environment or conditions within which they met you, it's kind of like the big surprise, the great blessing of that moment was the fact that like love walked in the door. We also have mending. So this person really likes kind of the sweet dialogue between the two of you, the sweet little connection that you have going on. It feels like you often make this person blush when you like say something. Maybe you're like texting or chatting back and forth, and so you can't really like see them. They're in sort of the privacy of their own home or whatever, and it's kind of just like the look that they get on their face, the way that their like heart pounds whenever they hear from you. It's almost like they're in puppy love, like it's young love again, which it feels like, this is something which has also kind of been noticeable by this person, because they're like, at this point in my life, why would I be feeling like this? So that's definitely like a check mark in the plus column as far as they are concerned. You bring out this side of them that can be very carefree and in the moment. You have this very beautiful effect upon them, maybe that they hadn't expected would sort of become such at this particular stage of your connection, or maybe something that other people before you have like not brought out of them. This is an energy of somebody that is very like in the moment, very courageous as far as the future is concerned. So you've definitely like brought out the best in this person without meaning to, which again is another one of those kind of blessings that they're looking at. We also have round and round. Yeah, so this person is like falling deep and they're falling quick for you. This is somebody that does not want to waste any time empowering the energy of fear. This is somebody that wants to continue to get to know you, wants to continue to kind of evolve within the connection alongside you. This is somebody that is like, yeah, I think I found my person. I think I found, kind of the journey's end, the person at this phase in my life, or maybe, for their life in general, that they were meant to meet. A lot of signs and synchronicities, it feels like, have given this person a lot of reassurance as they are looking back, kind of nostalgic again about that first moment that they met you and other things that have happened since then, that it's almost like the universe was nudging them to this exact moment where, without kind of like looking for signs or initially sort of like seeing this and like, oh, okay, this must be fate that I've met this person. You've had these experiences with one another, and now they're in a place of like they're in their feels and they're sort of thinking back on the progress between the two of you, and they're noticing those little things. They're thinking back on moments, and it's like, wait a minute, that was a significant experience. That wasn't just coincidence. This is something where this person is seeing, again, like serendipity, synchronicities, rather than just sort of things that had kind of passed by them in a neutral sense. They're thinking back on those memories and looking at the finer details of those experiences, and it's providing this person a lot of reassurance to stay very grounded in the moment and very open and expectant to what can happen between the two of you in the future. We also have deep knowing. Yeah, so the more this person gets to know you, the more they feel like we are perfect for each other. We are a match made in heaven. Anything that is kind of like differences between the two of you, it fits so comfortably, like a hand in a glove. This is somebody that is just like, yes, this is the right person that I have been searching for. You bring out a side of them that it feels like they don't have to try so hard. They can just like be themselves. They can be their silly self or their serious self. Aspects about them that it feels like they may be sort of slow to open up about or share with other people. You just bring that side of them out so naturally. Things about you that they've taken time to kind of like observe or learn, or just in the course of getting to know you have kind of emerged beyond that sort of like first impression. They adore all of that. Little quirks about you, little things that you might not even notice, this person has taken notice of, and they just find those things so adorable, so endearing. This is somebody that just wants to like hug you. They want to pull you in close. They want to continue to get to know you. They're very optimistic for what the future has in store between the two of you. We also have imagine, yeah, so they're kind of in this like daydreamy energy. You make them feel safe to dream of like good things happening as far as romance is concerned. It feels like this person in the past got their heart broken by being in a dreamy sort of energy, and so they took a stance of like, it's got to be practical, it's got to make sense. They let their head lead the way. But with you, it's kind of like, yeah, they can think about things, from that sort of more logical stance, but you activate kind of this inner child within, loving as if they've never been hurt by love before. And that is something that's very noticeable to them. It is also something which is providing enough of like a safe space, like a fun space between the two of you, that they are able to kind of like think back nostalgically on like the first moment that they met you, things that have happened so far. And it's not like they're looking behind them and like, oh, there were red flags, I should have seen that, I should have run for the hills, I should have detached from the situation. Instead, they're looking back and it's like, yeah, this all makes sense, this is perfect. If it had happened at any other point in time, it wouldn't have been this perfect. If I had done anything different, if you'd done anything different, we would have missed each other entirely. So this is somebody that is like clutching that moment. They are, thanking themselves, kind of like these silent sort of prayers of gratitude to the powers that be, that their eyes were open enough that they were able to follow some kind of little tug inside of themselves to be in the right place at the right time to meet you, that they were able to kind of recognize the opportunity, that they took steps forward or were receptive to steps that you took forward, that magic began between the two of you. Because it's definitely brought this person into a place of feeling like, yeah, this feels right. It feels right internally. It feels right in terms of those material circumstances. And they're looking forward towards the future, not sort of like hesitant to take a step forward, but this is somebody that is like ready to spread their wings and fly alongside you, not falling in love, but rising into love. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.